I start my shift the way I always do, with the same small rituals that make the night feel controllable. I count the cash drawer. I wipe the coffee ring off the counter. I tap the lottery screen to wake it up. I glance at the camera monitor and watch the empty lot breathe under the canopy lights. At 12:07, I walk outside with a clipboard and check the pumps, reading the totals like a prayer. Pump 1, normal. Pump 2, normal. Pump 3, normal. Pump 4 reads minus 0.6 gallons. I blink, then lean in until my forehead nearly touches the plastic screen, like proximity might fix the math. The number stays, minus 0.6 gallons. The sale amount is blank, as if nothing ever happened. The air smells like cold gasoline and wet asphalt. A truck passes on the highway, and the sound fades into the trees, leaving the lot quiet in that familiar way that makes me feel alone, but safe. I tap the pump display with my knuckle. It does not flicker. It does not reset. Inside, I pull up the pump log on the register. The last transaction on pump 4 shows a normal sale at 11:41, before I clock in. After that, nothing. The system insists nobody has touched it. I call my manager because that is what I do when something looks wrong and I do not want to be the person who ignores it. The phone rings until it kicks me to voicemail. I hang up. I tell myself I will mention it again in the morning. A customer comes in at 12:19, a tired man in a work jacket with drywall dust on his boots. He buys cigarettes and a soda, pays without looking at me, and leaves. Routine. Normal. I watch him through the glass as he pulls away. I check the cameras again. Nothing weird. No one near pump 4. At 12:33, a sedan rolls in slow, like the driver is unsure if we are open. The canopy lights paint the hood a sickly white. The car stops at pump 4. I feel a small tightening in my stomach, the kind that comes from noticing a pattern too early. I tell myself it is coincidence. The driver gets out. I cannot see his face well through the glass because he keeps his head angled down, shoulders hunched. He inserts the nozzle, stands close to the car, and does not look around. I watch the pump display from the counter. It does not light up with a sale amount. It does not count upward. It stays blank, like it is waiting. The man stands there anyway. 30 seconds pass. A minute. I expect him to come inside and complain the pump is dead. He does not. Then he puts the nozzle back, gets in, and drives away. I pick up the cordless phone and dial our own store number to see if the line is working. It rings. It is fine. I set it down. I check the pump log again. Pump 4 now reads minus 3.1 gallons. I step outside, the door chime right behind me, and walk fast across the lot. The night air feels thick, as if humidity has turned to zero. I stop at pump 4 and stare at the display. Minus 3.1 gallons. I open the panel with the emergency shutoff key and check the reset switch like that means anything. Everything looks normal. No error code. No tamper light. No smell of burning electronics. When I close the panel, the silence hits me. It is not the normal quiet of late night. It is not a lack of sound. It is a sensation. Like someone has put their palms over my ears and is pressing inward. My hearing does not cut out. I can still hear the highway, faintly. I can still hear the fluorescent hum from inside, muffled through the glass. But the quiet around pump 4 has weight. Pressure builds against my eardrums, slow and firm. The way altitude changes make your head feel full. I swallow. Nothing pops. I yawn. Nothing releases. My instinct is to step back. The moment I take 2 steps away from the pump, the pressure eases, like I have walked out of a sealed room. I stand there with my hands on my hips, breathing fog, staring at the pump like it is a person. I tell myself it is a weird glitch. Electricity, software, sensors, anything. When I go back inside, the store feels too loud. The refrigerator fans roar. The ice machine rattles. The radio behind the counter is playing a low overnight talk show, the host laughing gently at his own joke. It should be comforting. It is not. My phone buzzes in my pocket. I pull it out and see a voicemail notification from my own number. The time stamp is 12:37. I did not call myself. I tap it. The message is 1 second long. It is just silence, not the normal blankness of an empty recording. There is a faint sense of compression, like audio that is trying to capture a room with too much pressure in it. My ears react to it even through the speaker. I feel the same inward push, subtle but real, and I jerk the phone away from my face. The voicemail ends. My ears relax. I stare at the screen. I delete it. For a few minutes, nothing happens. I try to return to routine. I restock the chips. I wipe the coffee counter. I check the bathrooms. I lock the second entrance and leave the front door open, as policy requires. At 1:04, another car arrives. This one a dark SUV with tinted windows. It goes straight to pump 4. I watch from the register. A woman gets out, hair pulled back tight, a scarf around her neck despite the mild night. She looks straight at the pump display, then at the store, then back at the pump, like she is confirming something. She lifts the nozzle. The pump does not show a sale amount. It does not beep. It does not prompt. She stands very still, holding the nozzle to her car, and I realize she is not squeezing the handle at all. She is waiting. My throat goes dry. I pick up the phone to call my manager again. It rings once, twice. While it rings, the pressure returns in my ears even though I am inside. It is weaker here, like the pump is a source and the store is only catching the edge of it. But it is unmistakable. The talk show host on the radio keeps speaking, yet his voice sounds distant, as if the air between us is thickening. The call goes to voicemail. I hang up. The woman outside places the nozzle back with care, as if it is fragile. She gets into her SUV and drives away. I check pump 4. Minus 7.8 gallons. The number sits there calmly, like it belongs. My phone buzzes again. New voicemail. Timestamp 106. From my own number. I open it with my thumb hovering, ready to pull away. This message is longer. At first, it is only that dense silence, the same pressure translated into sound. Then, under it, I hear something else. A faint click. A soft mechanical whine. Then my own voice, small and wrong, like it is coming from inside a jar. I hear myself say, say clearly right into my ear, I am outside. I freeze so hard my shoulders cramp. I am not outside. I am at the register. I look at the camera monitor on instinct. On the screen, in the wide shot of the lot, I see myself. I am standing near pump 4. The figure has my build, my jacket, my posture. The canopy light washes the face out, but the movement is familiar. The small shift of weight from one foot to the other. The figure is turned slightly, as if listening. My skin prickles. I look up from the monitor to the glass front. The lot beyond is empty. On the monitor, I am still there. The voicemail continues. My voice again, closer, I am outside. Then the message updates. The audio does not restart. It changes mid-playback, like something is editing it live. The silence thickens, compressing, pushing. A new sound fades in beneath my voice, a low thrumming like a distant industrial fan. My voice says, I am at the door. I snap my eyes to the front entrance. The door is closed. I did not lock it. I did not touch it. The metal frame is still. The handle does not move. Yet the pressure in my ears swells, as if something heavy has leaned against the glass from the outside. I walk to the door and stop a foot away. The glass reflects my face, pale under fluorescent light. Beyond it, the lot looks normal, but the darkness between the canopy lights seems deeper than it should. I reach for the handle. My phone in my other hand plays my voice again. Softer now. I am at the door. I do not pull the handle. I step back. The pressure eases slightly, like whatever is leaning has shifted its weight. I end the voicemail and stare at it. The duration has changed. It now reads 047, then flickers to 052, then back to 047. The timestamp remains 106. The message is still updating itself. I go into the office behind the counter and shut the door. It is a thin door with a cheap lock, but it's something. The camera monitor is mounted on the wall inside. The office smells like paper and old coffee. On the monitor, the outside feed shows pump 4. The numbers are too small to read from this angle, but I can see the pump standing alone under the light. Then the figure appears again. This time it is closer to the pump. It moves like me, but there is something wrong with the timing, like a video running at a slightly different frame rate. The figure lifts its head and looks toward the store. The pressure in my ears builds even in here, steady and insistent. I want to believe it is a camera glitch, a reflection, a delayed feed, but the other cameras show normal movement. The chip aisle is empty. The parking spaces are empty. The register camera shows me in the office, holding my phone. Two versions of me exist at once. My phone buzzes with another voicemail notification while I am still staring at the first one. This one is from my own number again. Timestamp 112. I do not open it. I cannot. I tap the first voicemail again, because some part of me thinks if I listen carefully I will find the trick. The message plays. Silence pressure. That low thrumming. My voice. I am at the door. Then it shifts, updating again, and my voice says, I am inside. The office door handle turns. It turns slowly, like someone is testing it. I stare at the handle, unable to move. The lock is engaged. The handle turns anyway, grinding against the latch. The pressure in my ears spikes. It feels like my head is being squeezed from the sides. I taste metal on my tongue. The latch gives a tiny click, not fully opening, but enough to make the door tremble. I press my palm flat against it on instinct, as if my hand can hold back whatever is on the other side. The voicemail continues to play my voice, but the words are not synced with the movement anymore. They lag and then rush, like the audio is catching up. I am inside. I am behind you. I whip around in the cramped office. There is no one. Just the safe, the shelves, the camera monitor, the humming router. The pressure does not come from behind. It comes from everywhere, filling the room like water. I end the voicemail with shaking fingers. The door handle stops moving. For 3 seconds, everything holds. Then the silence changes. It is still pressure, but now it is directional, like a thumb pressing harder on my left ear than my right. It guides my attention without sound. My eyes slide back to the monitor. Outside, pump 4 display flares brighter for a moment. The figure that looks like me stands directly in front of it, close enough that its shadow merges with the pump base. The figure raises a hand. On the monitor, its fingers touch the pump screen. In the office, my phone lights up with a third voicemail from my own number. Timestamp 115. This time the notification banner shows a preview line, something voicemails do not do. It reads, Pump 4 owes you. My stomach turns. I do not understand it, but the words feel like a threat disguised as a fact. I open the voicemail. The message begins with that compressive silence, harder than before. My eyes water. The pressure is so strong I feel it in my teeth. Then the low thrumming rises, and under it I hear a faint drip, 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 like fuel hitting concrete. My voice comes through, calmer now, as if reciting something learned. The gallons go negative when you do not listen. I stare at the monitor. Outside, the pump display changes. The figure's hand is still on it. The number is visible now, minus 12.4 gallons. The figure turns its head toward the store again, and for a fraction of a second the camera catches the face at the right angle. It is my face, but the expression is wrong. The eyes are open too wide, the mouth relaxed like it has forgotten how to hold itself closed. The skin looks stretched, as if the skull beneath is pushing outward. My phone plays my voice again. It wants to be paid. The office door handle turns once more, this time with confidence. The lock rattles like it is being twisted from the inside. The cheap latch flexes. I press harder with my palm and feel the vibration of something on the other side, a steady force that does not jerk or shove. It just increases, like pressure in a pipe. My ear ache. The silence is almost unbearable now, pressing inward until my vision narrows. On the monitor, the figure outside begins to walk toward the store. The feed shows it crossing the lot at a slow, patient pace. The canopy light follows it, bleaching the shape. With each step, the pressure in my ears increases in perfect sync, as if the distance between us happiness is measured in force. My phone buzzes again with another voicemail notification, then another, stacking faster than I can clear them. All from my own number, all time-stamped within the same minute. The screen fills with them. The office door shutters. The latch slips another fraction. I realize something with a clarity that makes me cold. The pump is not malfunctioning. It is counting. Each customer who uses pump 4 without a recorded sale makes the number more negative. Like the station is giving away fuel it cannot account for. Like something is taking it. And now something is trying to collect the debt. The pressure in my ears becomes a solid wall. I can barely hear my own breathing. The world looks distant, as if I am underwater. On the monitor, the figure reaches the front entrance. It stands in front of the glass, head tilted, listening. The front door handle moves. The office door handle moves at the same time. My phone plays a voicemail without me tapping it. The speaker crackles with that compressed silence. Then my voice whispers, close enough to feel. Open up. The office door latch clicks, and the handle begins to turn all the way down.